Back at her, guys. How's it going? Beautiful day outside today. Can't complain. Man, the door's wide open. I'm not sweating any. Not that I, you know, could use a good sweat here and there, you know, being fat and all. I'm okay with it. Anyhow, so Craig's here today. What's going on, brother? He's got this pretty cool Toyota. It's called a Toyota Fun Cargo. All-wheel drive. It's based off of, I don't think it's based off of anything in particular. Oh, it's based off of the Yaris. Okay, so it's the same as the Yaris. He has done an oil change on this thing. This is going out this week for him. So, yeah, putting a stereo in it now. And I just made a little dash kit of it. Just, you know, make sure she fits real nice for him. Hasn't been wired up. Craig is working on the harness challenge.
I think I was like 8 minutes.
At least 18 minutes.
No, that was like 8 minutes.
8 minutes, maybe.
I should have timed it.
Yeah. So this thing's pretty neat. I know. Yeah. So yeah, this thing looks really good, and man, it's really clean. Craig had one of these last year. It was like a beige color or like a goldish color, and this thing's only got 20,000 original kilometers on it, so it's in really good nick. Don't worry about it, Craig. It's all good. People don't care about your stuff. But anyhow, yeah. So I just made up this little dash kit to fit in the hole. What do you guys think of that? Costume. This thing's all-wheel drive. It's got a solid rear axle in it, which is pretty neat. And you know, the rear end of it opens up real wide like this. You know, nice and wide, so you can get all your stuff in there and your babies and your Japanese stuff. And yeah, so it looks pretty cool. Got a speaker back there way in the corner. Right on. Cool. All right. Well, so I just figured I'd show you that quickly here, and yeah, this thing's all back together. I think you guys saw that on yesterday's video. He's on his way to come get this bad boy, and man, what a difference! Damien was working on this thing for quite a while. No rattles, not a single rattle on this entire freaking vehicle, and you know, I mentioned to you guys yesterday, you guys were like, you know, why did you guys spend so much money on a car that's not even worth as much as the stereo? And, you know, like I said to you guys, people put their priorities in different places in life. And, you know, Terrence, who's the owner of this car, absolutely loves his audio. He's a painter, and this is the vehicle he uses to, you know, do work and load his materials and equipment into, and that kind of thing. So he's in this car more than he's at home, and that's why he put so much money into it. And what business of it is yours? I don't know. That's what I think anyhow. But oh, another thing here, just quickly, I'll show you as well. I ended up tinting up the trailer here. Got the guys next door here at Tint King to tint the trailer, and I did 20% all the way around, and then I did 5% on this really big window right here. And you know, in the summertime it'll make things a little nicer. See what I'm saying? You know, it's nice and dark, and on the inside when you go in, it you know, darkens it up a little bit in here, but it's not too bad. It'll help out the air conditioner as well. The UV rays aren't going to be beating in on us, and in the mornings when I'm hungover, I won't get as much light and that kind of stuff shining in my face, and you know, yeah, anyhow. So I just got to put these screens back in here, I think. Yeah, he removed the screens. I wanted to clean these up anyways, and I think there was one that had a little bit of a loose piece of screen on it. Or was that just my imagination? Yeah, that was just my imagination. Running wild as usual. But, yeah. So, I tinted out the trailer. It looks pretty good. I mean, I didn't do it. The guys from Tint King did. And, I think that looks pretty good. Next thing I gotta do is do those freaking rims and tires. What I'm thinking is since it's already got jacks on it, what I'll do is, I'll see if I can get those jacks to jack up high enough that I can take those tires off without having to actually jack up each axle. Gonna give that a whirl and see how that goes, just so, you know, I'm not screwing around or whatever. And yeah, a couple little marks here and there on the tint that they got to work out in the corners here and along the bottom edges, but that's typical of window tinting on vertical panes of glass. So yeah, I'm gonna wash the 300 today too. There's a car meet tonight, and I wanted to go to that, so I'm gonna wash this thing up. Craig already washed it for me. I was like, Craig, if you're gonna use my shop, you gotta wash my car and your car. So he did a really good job on his car, and then he did a really shitty job on my car. Anyhow. Jesus. So, did you need me for something? So, a continuation from yesterday. The day is beautiful outside. Check that out. Yep, talk about the weather again, Gatlin. Here we go. Talk about the weather. That there is getting a sub, amp, deck, speakers, all that fun jazz. And this is one of our dealership cars from Mitsubishi. We're going to be doing a backup camera in this. And I think we're going to be installing it on the mirror. So I'm going to go ahead and start taking this thing apart. Well, that's a set of glasses. Isn't that something? Oh, stuck together. Neat. Neato. Neato completo. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and remove that mirror and remove this stuff off the seat just so it doesn't get damaged. Put this in the back seat. There we go. I think this is Papa Sandu's cell phone, so I'm gonna go ahead and give that to him. Damien wants out of here.
What?
I'll be working on the other side anyways, buddy, so don't worry about it.
Oh, I know.
Nice little car.
It's aight.
Yeah, it's aight. It's aight. Yeah, I figure if you can, yeah, mount one of those bastards there on the dash, it'll look pretty good. Yep. A couple JL12s and a box and Pioneer heads unit. He bought all this stuff from us, I'm pretty sure. So, yep, he did. Did he? Yeah, he did, eh? Awesome. Rock on. Yeah, this guy came in over the weekend, didn't he? Then he decided not to do it himself. Good choice. All right, so this is what we're dealing with, guys. Here, it's a I-beam. This is from Metra or Install Bay. It's a I-beam TE RVM CIR. Nice little kit here. Comes with a 3.5-inch screen on the mirror and decent little night vision camera that gets license plate mounted. All the harnessing, all that fun jazz. I'm just working on test taping up this harness here, and I'll probably take you through the install on that. Why not? The first thing we're going to do here is disassemble the rear tailgate on this bad boy, and we're going to have to run up some wires through this grommet here as well, up into here. So we're going to go ahead and just start unclipping this thing. It's fairly straightforward. It's like a one-handed jobby, you know. Doesn't take a whole lot of effort to disassemble, so it's just panel comes off here, and that can get set there, and then we get another one that goes here, and that just comes off there, like a so. And there's another one over here. This one gets set off as well, and we'll just go ahead and make sure we get that clip up top there. And there's going to be probably a couple of screws, I'd like to assume, on here. I don't know where. Yeah, not there. No screws there, so we'll just set that down there. I don't think there's any screws behind here. Looks like there's a couple little clips there, so we'll go ahead and remove those. And you know what? I just bought a set of tools for those little push pin clips. Usually I'll just take a screwdriver to them and whatever, but I guess there was a more professional way of doing it. It's one of these bad boys right here, and these things just kind of clamp onto those clips, and you can pull them out a little easier than with a screwdriver. So let's find out. Huh. Like a boss. Like a boss. Well, that's something. There's a tool for every job, guys. There's a tool for every job. Can you imagine that? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do this with two hands. We're just gonna go ahead and remove this panel here, and that gets easily removed. And I'll use my own truck as a bench today, since it's in the shop, because I took the 300 out yesterday. Yeah, nice and shiny. Man, I had a story for you this morning. Oh my goodness. So I'm driving down Highway 4, which is like a road by where I live. And there's some construction by the bridges that they're doing, so they have like one lane cut off, but it's like over the bridge. So you kind of have to like veer left, go straight, then veer right around the traffic. And it was green on my side, and I'm turning, you know, I'm going around this little bend here or whatever, and then all of a sudden a motorcycle like just pops out of, you know, a car, like two cars behind on the other side of the bridge. and I had to slam on my brakes, and you know, I was like within like this close to hitting this guy and killing him this morning. That shook me up pretty good. So I mean, all 4 of my tires on this car were just straight up locked up. Like you could see where there's a flat spot in each tire from where I had to just hammer on the freaking brakes. So yeah, it would have sucked if I ripped off my car. But anyways, so we got this rear tailgate all apart here, and we are going to now run a wire from inside here through a grommet and then into the back of the tailgate. All right, so we've got the little grommet here removed, and got the little gasket that goes around here removed as well, so we have some access to underneath of the headliner here. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my wire and start running it through that grommet and hook up to our reverse light there as well. So here's our wire, and basically this thing here has to go from inside here through here and up and through. Alright, so I've got my wire ran through this grommet here, as you can see, all the way through, and I use a special kind of fish. It's like one of these little loop on the end. You guys can use a zip tie and some electrical tape if you want, but that's basically what she's going to look like there. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that little wire showing above the camera there, but I notched out a little hole below that handle and just have it running in through there. So the next step is I got to hook up to this reverse light here for the camera trigger to turn on, and I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Alright, so this is what I was talking about, that doohickey thing. Basically what it is a USB and an auxiliary port here, and you just get rid of the factory one here. It's like a 12 volt, you know, cigarette lighter adapter. Most people are just putting a cigarette lighter adapter in here for a USB anyways, so this will get hooked up to the head unit, installed in that hole, and then hooked up to the actual stereo itself. So it'll make things really nice and conjugal. Conjugal.
It's a big fucking word.
It is a big word. Yeah. Here, let me help you pull the wires, Dame.
Hold on, wait.
Yeah, so that just goes in the hole like so, and Damien will show us that now. And it looks like a factory cigarette lighter adapter, and then when you want to hook up to your shit, you can just, it's not all the way in there yet, so I'm having a hard time here, but yeah, basically it just goes like that, and you can hook up your auxiliary into USB. Yeah. Alright, so we've got everything all wired up here and hooked up to our light here, soldered that on there, and just got everything zip tied into place now. So we're going to go ahead and just cut off all these zip ties, make things look real nice. And we'll go ahead and there. They are behind the wall there on top of all the dash kits. Alright, so this is done. I'm gonna leave this open until I have everything ran. I'm pretty sure there's some parking lines here on the camera. Not sure if it's cut to enable or not cut to disable. Probably could read the instructions to find that out quickly, but it's always a good idea just to kind of test everything before you put it all back together. So I'm gonna go ahead now and run this cable to the front. Alright, so I totally just skipped forward a bunch here and installed the whole entire thing. So I'll show you how this thing works now. And then Papa Sandy's gonna take this baby back to the dealership. So there you go. Nice clear image of what's going on behind you. Got some guidance lines there as well. And when you stick it out of reverse, it just goes back to being a normal mirror. Alright guys, so this one wraps this up. Alrighty, so quickly between all this, I had a set of speakers on a Grand Prix, but I just skipped through that because that's kind of boring. I'm sure you guys don't want to see that, so anywho, maybe you do want to see it, but I didn't have time to show you. So I got this Dodge Challenger here. I'm not sure if you guys remember a couple weeks back, I removed a system out of a Dodge Charger, and now she's back and she's gonna be getting this installed. Not these, this is her factory exhaust. I guess she had some aftermarket stuff put on there, I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put these 12s back in her car. And yeah, what's Damien up to? Going for lunch, eh? Oh, good job. All that time you just put one piece of wire back there, eh?
All that time.
All that time. Just kidding, guys. There's an amplifier back there. Deck's installed. Check that out. Yeah. Bass control knob right there. The auxiliary and the USB's there. Head units in the dash. Looks really slick. Looks really good. So I'm gonna get something to eat, and then I am gonna go ahead and get this car done. And I'll probably show you tidbits of stuff there. So. Sounds ridiculous, eh, buddy? Redonkulous. Redonkulous sounding. Sounds really good. Gotta tidy up that license plate there so she doesn't, so she don't rattle so much. Nuts. Sounds good. Good job, Dame. Looks good. Amplifier's back here. Yeah. Nice job on that. Placed all the door speakers in this bad boy too. And super slick job on that head unit. Yeah. Looks good. I'm working on this now. I know I said I'd show you that that Dodge that I was working on, but I have no time today, guys. Busy day. So we're working on this now today. I went ahead and started on this side already. We wanted a couple LED extra lights kind of on an angle here, so you know he can see like the dock or whatever it is that he's trying to back up to, and just install the grommet in the body there, and it's wired up to that light there, so it looks really good. And I'm now working on the other side, which is right here. Yeah, see, one here, and it's got to drill a hole there and mount the other light here. What I did is I drilled a hole and then I threaded it into this aluminum here, so didn't have to put a bolt on the other side. Make it nice and nice. All right, so a little update here. We're a couple of days behind here on our video making, but that's okay. We've got everything kind of situated here nicely on the center console, and we've started wrapping up a couple of panels here. Got our switch panel all done up here and screwed into place on this panel here, and this is just going to be all removable. So once it's all wired, we're going to be able to, you know, gain access to the bottom here. And we've also done all of our grounds on the bottom of this panel as well, because all the switches need to be grounded out. So we've gone ahead and done that. So that looks really good there, and we'll just ground out our switch panel, you know, on the bottom here. Once that's all done, the CB radio has been flush mounted into this lower panel here, as well as his air gauge, which looks really nice. Damien's been doing a really good job on this. Limping away, this poor guy, he's got some ankle splinters. I know a couple of you guys, hi-ya! A couple of you guys been wondering what's been going on with him and why he's limping, what's wrong with Damien. Nothing's wrong with Damien, he's fucking awesome, but he's got some ankle splinters, so.
That's what happens when you get old, I guess.
I don't know, man. Brutal. I was looking into that shit yesterday, and it's like just like what you think it would be. It's like a little splinter that comes off of your bone, and I guess it hurts. It's like a mother trucker. Yeah. Still sexy as ever, Damien. I'm sure all the ladies still want to suck on your knob. Oh yeah. So, anyways.
My mom watches this. Calm down.
Oh no! Oh no! Your mom watches legit? Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that, Damien's mom. Anyway,
my dad's like,
yes, yes.
Like, oh my god!
Oh my god!
You swear too much.
Well, see, I got work on the swearing too, right? I gotta make sure I don't swear too much. So, I don't give a fuck either. Anyhow, so this truck is very close to being complete, and what we're gonna end up doing here very shortly, if we have some time today, we may not have some time today, but if we do, what we're gonna do is we're gonna slap the interior back in. It is time to slap this interior back in, so I gotta grab this flooring and lay it out in the sun for the day, and we can go ahead and start putting that in and start bolting all the seats back down, put all the panels back in, all that fun jazz. So yeah, should be a good time, I hope. And my buddy Craig, you guys know him from Bonsai Rides, dropped by yesterday. He's gonna he pulled the seat out of a CRV that he imported, and it's got some rough spots here on the armrest and on the bolster. So Fiber News gonna come by and pick that up. And yeah, guys, so I appreciate you guys watching, appreciate you guys subscribing and liking the crap out of these videos. It really means a lot to me. I really appreciate you guys commenting, and yeah, that's all I can say for now, I guess. I really do appreciate it, though. I know that you know, the truck is taking a little longer than what we had anticipated, but that's just the kind of name of the game here. Chris knows that it was going to take a lot longer than he had anticipated as well. And, you know, guys, I'm doing this for Chris as a favor. It's not like he's paying me out the wazoo for this or anything. He is helping me out with subscribers and obviously on my YouTube channel and all that stuff. So, I mean, he's done his part. And, you know, again, I'm just working on trying to get this truck done. So, you know, with all the man hours and labor I've got into this truck so far, we're probably in around the $3 or $4 to $5 grand mark of labor and materials. So, anyhow, make sure you slam that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. And we'll catch you on the next one. CarPhonix, signing out. And if I don't see you, good morning, good evening, and good night.